Good morning, children. Welcome to class 12th biology once again. Children, in a previous videos, we were discussing about chapter 5, that is principles of inheritance and variation. Children, in this chapter, we have discussed about the important terms. Now we'll start the chapter from starting. See here first, the first, that is inheritance or heredity. Inheritance or heredity, that is the process by which characters are transferred from one generation to the next generation, is called inheritance or heredity. Okay, clear? Means the characters are transferred from one generation to the next generation. Which type of character? Like skin color, like height. Okay, these characters are transferred from parents to progeny. Okay, second, that is variation. Variation, that is the differences in traits of individual of a progeny from each other and from their parents. Means traits means the characters. Okay, the differences in characters of individual means the individual or sibling, they will not look each other. Okay, they show the variation, they show the difference, and they also differ from their parents. So this is variation. Okay, children, only in sexual reproduction variation occur. Okay, it is not possible in asexual mode of reproduction. Okay, clear? Now next, that is the branch of science which deals with inheritance and variation is called genetics. Means the study of inheritance and variation do in the branch of biology, that is genetics. Okay, children, genetics you know very well. Genetics, that is the study of inheritance and variation. Okay, tell me the father of genetics, that is Gregor John Mendel. Okay, Gregor John Mendel, they perform approximately 10,000 experiment on garden pea. Okay, clear about this? Now next, that is Mendel experiment. Okay, how they perform the experiment? See here. So first of all, see about Mendel, the Gregor John Mendel, that is father of genetics. Okay, and between 1856 to 1863, the Mendel performed approximately 10,000 experiment on garden pea. Okay, what is the scientific name of garden pea? That is Pisum sativum. Okay, so the Mendel performed the experiment on Pisum sativum. Okay, well, tell me the chromosome number in Pisum sativum. That is 14. 14 chromosomes are found in Pisum sativum. Okay, so he conducted artificial pollination, cross pollination experiment using several true breeding varieties. Which type of varieties? Like seed shape, seed color, flower color, pod shape, pod color. Okay, like this, the Mendel have chosen the 7 contrasting character of the pea plant. Okay, he observed one trait at one time. So only one time they have observed only the one character. Like for example, first they perform monohybrid experiment. Okay, first they perform monohybrid experiment. Monohybrid, that is the cross between two plant with respect to one contrasting character. Okay, means if an experiment is takes place with single trait or character is called monohybrid. Okay, then in monohybrid they obtain the two generation F1 and F2. So in F1 generation, that is first filial generation, they found that only the dominant allele show their effect, not the recessive allele. Okay, we'll deeply discuss about monohybrid in this video also, but see uh, dihybrid now. So children, after F1 generation, the Mendel self-pollinated F1 plants to generate the second filial generation. Okay, as I told you, in each experiment, Mendel have obtained the two generation, F1 and F2 generation. F1 that is first filial generation and F2 that is second filial generation. Okay, so this is monohybrid cross. Then after that, Mendel performed the dihybrid cross. Okay, we will discuss in detail about monohybrid and dihybrid. Dihybrid, first of all, we'll take the definition only. Okay, dihybrid, that is the cross between two plants with respect to two contrasting characters. Okay, with respect to the two contrasting character. Okay, this is dihybrid. Clear? Like in monohybrid, the Mendel have chosen only the one character, that is height. Okay, in monohybrid they have chosen the one character, that is height, and this one character, this one gene, they have the two alleles, one that is dominant, another that is recessive. So in height, tall, that is dominant, and dwarf, that is recessive. Okay, clear? And in dihybrid cross, the Mendel have chosen the two character, one that is shape and second that is color. Okay, round wrinkle and yellow green, the two character they have taken in the dihybrid cross. Okay, we will discuss in detail about monohybrid and dihybrid, but first see why Mendel choose the pea plant, not any other plant. That is important question regarding your exam. So see some points. Okay, Mendel selected garden pea as his experimental material because of the following reason. Some reason are there. Number one, it is annual plant with short life cycle. Okay, so several generation can be studied within a short period. Annual plant with short life cycle. Okay, many plant can easily obtain. So several generation can be studied within a short period. That is one of the most important reason to choose the garden pea. Okay, now second, that is the garden pea has perfect bisexual flowers. Okay, in the bisexual flower both male and female parts is there. Okay, so it is easy to self pollinate, it is easy to cross pollinate in bisexual flower. Okay, third, the flowers are predominantly self pollinating. Okay, in this flower it is easy to get the pure line for several generation. Okay children, so these are some suggestive reason why the Mendel choose the garden pea. Next, number 4, the pea plant can easy to cross pollinate. Okay, the cross pollination can easily occur in the pea plant. Why? Because pea plant is the perfect bisexual flower. Okay, pea plant produce large number of seeds in one generation, and it is easily to raise, maintain and handle. So these are children some reason why the Mendel choose the garden pea. Okay, Now we'll see the experiment. The first experiment that Mendel performed, that is monohybrid cross. Okay, that is monohybrid cross. Okay, see, first in monohybrid cross, the Mendel have chosen the one character, that is height. Okay, height. In height, the two alleles are there. The first one is tall and second one, that is dwarf. Okay, height is a character that is controlled by a gene. Okay, and height that have the two alleles, that is tall and dwarf. Tall is known as the dominant factor and dwarf is known as the recessive factor. Okay, clear? So the capital T is denoted for the tall plant and small t for the recessive plant. Okay, so dominant is strong, that's why we have the Mendel have put it capital T for that, and the recessive is weak, that's why they have put it small t for that. Okay, see here, this is parent generation, capital T and small t. Okay, after that gamete will form. Gametogenesis takes place, gametes are formed. So only one gamete take parts. Only one of the allele take part in gamete formation. Okay, you can see on your screen, only one capital T has come in gamete formation and one small t come in the gamete formation. So this is the second law of the Mendel, law of segregation, in which during gamete formation only one allele take part. Okay, not both the alleles. Capital T from capital T and small t from small t. Now cross pollination occur, then capital T small t. Okay, this is F1 generation. So children, you can see there in F1 generation we have one capital T and another, that is small t, one dominant, one recessive. So what happened? Why the plant is tall? Because the dominant factors show their effect in the presence of recessive in F1 generation. Okay, the dominant factor show their effect in the presence of recessive, but the recessive factor does not show their effect in the presence of dominant in F1 generation. Okay, so that's why in F1 generation all plants are tall. Okay, it is law of dominance, the first law of the Mendel that we'll discuss after this cross. Clear about this? Any confusion? First of all, parent generation, then gamete form, then cross pollination takes place. In cross pollination, one capital T, one small t. Okay, so that means the plants are tall, not dwarf. Okay, because the dominant factor is there, and in the presence of dominant, recessive will not show their effect in F1 generation. After that, Mendel generate the second generation, that is second filial generation, F2 generation, from this tall plant. So you can see there the one plant is here, one plant is there, and self pollination occur. Okay, one capital T small t, one capital T small t, both are the heterozygous, means one capital T, another small t. Okay children, clear about this? So two plants are here, one male, one female, one male, one female there. Okay, now you see there the gametes are formed in after F1 generation. So only one can take part, one from this capital T, one from that small t, capital T small t. Now we'll make a square like that. Okay, here we have put it the female plant, and here we have put it the male plant. Okay, the two plant we have put it there, male female. You can see the cross also sign. So this is capital T small t, and this is capital T small t. Capital T small t for the male and capital T small t for the female. After that, second filial generation will obtain in this self pollination. This capital T react with this and form the capital T capital T. Okay, after that, this capital T again react with this and form the capital T small t. Okay, now this small t react with this capital T and form the capital T small t, and this small t react with the small t to form the small t small t. Okay, so in F2 generation, Mendel obtained the phenotypic and genotypic ratio. Means each and every experiment, after each and every experiment, Mendel obtained the two type of ratio. The first one, that is phenotypic ratio, and second one, that is genotypic ratio. Okay, phenotypic ratio, that is physical appearance. Okay, that can easily observable, that we see that. So we can see that whenever the capital T will come, the plant is tall. Okay, so here the one plant is tall, this is another is tall, and this is another is tall. Okay, three capital T are there, so three plants are tall, and one small t, that is dwarf plant. Okay, clear? So Mendel conclude that after this experiment, the recessive factor that will disappear in F1 generation is again appear in F2 generation. Means the recessive factor that disappear in F1 generation is again appear in the F2 generation. Okay, so now we'll see the genotypic ratio. In genotypic ratio, you can see there the one that is pure homozygous, capital T, that is pure homozygous. Both the same allele are there, so that's why we have put it capital T 1, and small t, capital T small t, the two are there, two plants, so we have mentioned here the 2, and small t, that is 1. So the genotypic ratio, in genotypic ratio we see the genetic constitution, means homozygous and heterozygous condition of the allele. So the genotypic ratio, that is 1:2:1. Okay, so after monohybrid cross, the Mendel have observed the two ratio, phenotypic and genotypic. In phenotypic ratio, that is 3:1, and the genotypic ratio, that is 1:2:1. Okay, this is important regarding exam. In 1 marks may be asked what is the phenotypic and genotypic ratio in monohybrid cross, so you learn properly. Okay, so after monohybrid cross, the Mendel proposed the two laws of inheritance. First, that is law of dominance, and second, that is law of segregation. Both the law will discuss in the next video. Okay, clear about this?